Alternate day fasting, or ADF, is a pattern of eating. You do not focus on you eat as much as you eat. The basic idea is simple. You fast one day, then you eat normally the next day. This cycle repeats. Fasting is an ancient practice. It has been used for health and spiritual reasons for thousands of years. Our bodies are well equipped to handle periods without food. In fact, regular fasting can offer many health benefits. It gives your digestive system a rest. It helps your body repair itself. Many people use ADF for weight loss. When you fast, your body uses stored fat for energy. This can lead to a reduction in body weight and body fat. But ADF is not just about losing weight. It can improve metabolic health. Studies show it can lower insulin resistance. This is very important for preventing type 2 diabetes. ADF can also improve heart health markers. Think lower blood pressure and better cholesterol levels. Some research even suggests benefits for brain health and longevity. Planning is essential for success with ADF. Jumping into any fasting routine without a plan can be difficult. A good plan helps you prepare. It helps you understand what to expect. It allows you to fit ADF into your life. When you plan, you consider your personal needs. You think about your schedule, you consider your health goals. This makes the journey smoother. It makes it more sustainable in the long run. Your ADF plan is your blueprint for better health. A personalized ADF plan is crucial. It is not a one-size-fits-all approach. What works for one person might not work for another. We all have different bodies, we have different lifestyles, we have different commitments and preferences. Your ADF plan must reflect your unique situation. This is the key to making it sustainable. If your plan feels too difficult or restrictive, you are less likely to continue. A personalized plan feels natural. It fits into your life. It supports your individual health goals effectively and comfortably. Consider your weekly schedule. Are you very busy on certain days? Do you have social events? Do you have family commitments? These are important factors. Your ADF plan should accommodate these realities. Forcing fasting on a day that is already stressful might not be wise. It could lead to frustration. Instead, choose fasting days that align with quieter periods in your week. This makes the fasting experience more manageable. It also increases your chances of sticking to the plan. Personalization means making ADF work for you, not against you. It is about smart choices. There are several ways to structure your ADF schedule. The most common is a strict every other day approach. For example, you fast on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You eat normally on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. This creates a consistent rhythm. Some people prefer this predictability. Another option is the 5-2 approach, often considered a modified ADF. Here you eat normally for 5 days a week. You restrict calories significantly on 2 non-consecutive days. While not pure ADF, it shares similar principles of intermittent calorie restriction. When choosing your fasting days, consider your weekly routine. Look at your work schedule. Think about your social commitments. Identify days where fasting will be easier. For many, fasting on a busy workday is manageable. It keeps them distracted. For others, a quieter day at home is better. There is no single right answer. The best fasting days are the ones you can consistently adhere to. Experiment a little if you need to. Find what feels most comfortable and sustainable for your lifestyle. This personal fit is key to long-term adherence. Alternating between fasting and feasting is the core principle of ADF. Feast days are not an excuse to eat anything and everything. They are an opportunity to nourish your body. Think of feast days as refeeding days. You need to provide your body with the nutrients it needs. This is important for overall health. It is also important for making fast days more manageable. If you eat poorly on feast days, you might feel hungrier and weaker on fast days. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods. These foods provide sustained energy. They also provide essential vitamins and minerals. Aim for balanced meals on your feast days. Each meal should ideally contain protein, healthy fats, and fiber. Protein helps you feel full. It is also important for muscle maintenance. Good sources include meat, fish, eggs, and legumes. Healthy fats are crucial for hormone production and energy. Think avocados, nuts, seeds, and olive oil. Fiber found in vegetables, fruits, and whole grains aids digestion. It also helps stabilize blood sugar levels. This balance helps prevent energy crashes. It keeps you satisfied. Do not be afraid to eat until you're comfortably full on feast days. Remember, you are fueling up for the upcoming fast day. Calorie restriction is for fast days, not feast days. However, comfortably full does not mean overstuffed or eating junk food. Listen to your body's hunger and satiety cues. Eating mindfully can help. Pay attention to what you're eating. Section 5. Selecting your fasting approach. Styles and transitions. There are different ways to approach your fast days in ADF. The most traditional style is a true zero-calorie fast. This means you consume only water, black coffee, or plain tea, nothing else. No calories at all for the entire fasting period, typically 24 to 36 hours. This approach can provide the most significant metabolic benefits. It allows your insulin levels to drop profoundly. It promotes autophagy, the body's cellular cleanup process. For some, this is the gold standard. It offers a complete rest for the digestive system. However, a zero-calorie fast can be challenging, especially for beginners. A more gentle approach is the modified fast. On modified fast days, you consume a small number of calories. Typically, this is around 500 calories. These calories are usually consumed in one small meal, or they can be spread out. The focus should still be on nutrient-dense foods, for example, some lean protein and non-starchy vegetables. This modified approach can make the transition into ADF easier. It can reduce feelings of extreme hunger. It helps many people adapt. If you are new to fasting, it is often best to start with a modified fast. Section 6. ADF and exercise, a synergistic partnership. Combining alternate day fasting with exercise can be very effective. Exercise itself offers many health benefits. When paired with ADF, these benefits can be amplified. For example, both fasting and exercise can improve insulin sensitivity. Together, they can have a powerful impact on blood sugar control. Exercise can also help preserve muscle mass during weight loss. This is important because you want to lose fat, not muscle. Finding the right balance is key. You need to listen to your body. Many people wonder when to exercise on an ADF schedule. There are a few options. Some prefer to exercise on feast days. They feel they have more energy from the food they've consumed. This can be a good strategy, especially for intense workouts. You can fuel up before your workout and recover with a good meal afterward. This supports muscle repair and growth. High-intensity interval training or HIIT or heavy strength training might be best suited for feast days. This ensures you have adequate glycogen stores. Others find they can exercise comfortably on fast days. Light to moderate exercise is often well tolerated. Activities like walking, yoga, or light jogging can be good choices. Some people even report feeling more focused during fasted workouts. Section 7. Building your weekly ADF schedule, a practical guide. Now it is time to put it all together. Create your actual weekly ADF blueprint. Get a calendar or a weekly planner. Mark your intended fast days and feast days. Be specific. For example, Monday fast day, modified 500 calories. Tuesday feast day, normal eating. Wednesday fast day, 0 calorie. And so on. Seeing it written down makes it more real. It helps you commit. This visual plan serves as your daily guide. It removes guesswork. When planning, consider your typical weekly commitments. Do you have a regular lunch meeting on Wednesdays? Then perhaps Wednesday is not an ideal fast day. Or you might plan a modified fast with your small meal after that meeting. Do you have a family dinner every Sunday? Make Sunday a feast day. The goal is to integrate ADF into your existing life as smoothly as possible. This minimizes disruption. It reduces the feeling that ADF is a burden. It becomes a manageable part of your routine. Think about meal preparation for your feast days. Planning your meals in advance can be very helpful. Section 8. The cornerstone of success, embracing consistency. Consistency is perhaps the most important factor for success with ADF. Sporadic fasting will not yield the same benefits as a regular, sustained practice. Your body needs time to adapt to the rhythm of fasting and feasting. Regular cycles of fasting help to train your metabolism. They improve your body's ability to switch between burning glucose and burning fat. This metabolic flexibility is a key outcome. It comes from consistent effort over time. Think of it like learning a new skill. Practice makes perfect. Sticking to your planned schedule, even when it feels a bit challenging, builds discipline. It also allows you to truly experience the effects of ADF. The first few fast days might be difficult. You might feel hungry or irritable. This is normal. Your body is adjusting, but if you are consistent, these feelings often lessen. Fast days become easier. You start to notice the positive changes. These could be weight loss, increased energy on feast days, or better mental clarity. These rewards reinforce your commitment. However, consistency does not mean rigid perfection. Section 9. Listening to your body, tracking and adapting your plan for long-term success. Tracking your progress is an excellent way to stay motivated. It also provides valuable information. You can track various things. Your weight is a common one. Weigh yourself regularly, perhaps once a week at the same time of day. Body measurements like waist circumference can also be useful. Sometimes the scale does not move, but you are losing inches. This is still progress. Take photos periodically. These can reveal changes that you might not notice day to day. Seeing these changes can be very encouraging. Beyond physical changes, pay close attention to how you feel. Track your energy levels on fast days and feast days. Note your hunger levels. How is your sleep quality? How is your mood? Keeping a simple journal can be helpful. You can jot down a few notes each day. This helps you understand how ADF is affecting your body and mind. If you consistently feel very tired or unwell, your plan might need adjustment. This self-awareness is crucial for tailoring the plan to your unique needs. Your body provides constant feedback. Be prepared to adjust your ADF plan as needed.